Okay, y'all have a disclaimer for this video. This video coming up following this is a how to change your battery out video, but I do kind of complain about Duralast a little bit and them not lasting as long as they should. Well, guess what? The battery wasn't the problem, but we did get the battery swapped out and I showed you how to do it. And thanks for watching this video. Give it a watch, tell you which sockets to use, all that kind of stuff, how to get the battery out, how to get a battery back in, and stay tuned and I'll make another video about what was wrong with the car. I'm pretty sure it is the starter and not the battery. You can hear it when you turn the key, you can hear it click. Looks like I'm gonna have to have the car towed to the shop. Alright, y'all stay tuned to watch this video. What's up, y'all? This is Jason. I've got a battery removal and install video for you. So this is a Duralast Gold. I haven't been real happy with Duralast Gold for a while. They used to be better than they are now. I think they're going downhill, but what's better? I mean, here's the thing. They've got a 3-year warranty. It's not quite 3 years. It ought to be under warranty. But I mean, I've had them run like 5 years in other cars before. Why are they only lasting about 2.5, 3 years in my Impalas? I've got 2 Impalas, a 2006 and 2010. So, I mean, this thing's gonna be over $200. Remember when a battery used to be around $100? That was nice, wasn't it? So, Duralast Gold, today's date is like 8/3/25. This battery was put in here 10/22. I'm not sure if that's what the sticker is on the side. If it is, it may be off by like a month or something. I'm glad it was in our carport when it didn't crank, because it's not giving us any kind of warning. Just all of a sudden today, turn the key, you get nothing. All right, well, you know, the lights will come on. That's it. So, I guess we got a battery to replace. Won't crank at all. Let's get this thing out of here and let's get another battery. See if I can find my voltmeter. Okay, boys and girls, we have a voltmeter. I got it set on 20 on DCV. I'll get the black on black. And hopefully that'll work. Being that I'm doing this as a one-man show. And 10.62. Pretty sure that means we need another battery. Alright, let me get this thing out of here. Let's go to AutoZone. Hopefully we can get a free battery. What do? You buy a Duralast battery with a 3-year warranty and change it out at 2 years because you don't want to get put down? I mean, I don't get that. Why can't a battery last any longer than that? Is that today's modern standards? Somebody from the mechanic shop I use was telling me they sell AC Delco there. Well, that's great. I would love to give you the business. And they were talking about how good a warranty the AC Delco had and there were better batteries, but they're only open from like 7 to 5 days a week. Other places are open every day and longer hours, so I can't give them business for that. I need convenience. Okay, let's get this battery out of here. So yeah, 2010 Chevrolet Impala. $3,900 V6. So first thing, need to take this off. Okay, take all three bolts out. Throw it to the side. I think they're used normally from the factory. There's like a strap that's stuck inside one of these wire harness. This little thing here that's plugged in to the bottom of this in 2 different places. As you can tell, it hasn't been put back in place. Let me take this bar off. So these are 1/2 inch. A 13mm will fit, but I'm using a 1/2 inch. Okay. will go get some WD-40. Nuts and bolts like WD-40. All right, let me go get it. Okay, so we have 2 short ones, 1 long one. Long one came from here, 2 short ones came from down here. What's next? There's a hold down bolt right there. We need to take that out. It's a 1/2 inch also. 13 millimeter will probably work, but I'm going to use a 1/2 inch on it. I already have 1 extension. I got to find another one. So see, it's up high enough that I'm clearing everything, and I'm going to loosen that thing up. We're going to get this battery out of here in a minute, I hope. Now you see how stupid it is up underneath this edge of this fender? This battery is not easy to take out. It is pretty difficult. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to film me taking it out, or because just for the simple fact that I don't have 3 hands, but we'll see. This is what's down in there. This edge where my thumb is what holds down the edge of the battery when you tighten this down. Okay, so these right here and right here are a 10 millimeter socket. Okay, so wow, good. It's nice and tight. Put that on an extension. That's not going to work on a screwdriver handle. So a lot of times I'll take this loose. It attached to the fuse box. And that way it will give me some wiggle room. Not much, but because there's not much slack in there. But I think it's helped in the past. Okay, this is going to be a 7/16. It's on there somewhere. I just saw it. Yeah, 7/16. Okay, what I always go by whenever I'm putting a battery in or taking a battery out, no matter what vehicle I'm in, I always remove the negative side first. A lot of people call that the ground. And then I remove the positive side. All right, and then when you put it back in, you put the positive side back on first, and then you put the minus side on. All right, so for those of you that are simple-minded like me, I mean, think about it. It's got a negative around here somewhere, right? It's got a positive over here. Negative and positive. I know it's the ground, but just look at it like that, as in you're removing the negative, you're minusing that one first. And then when you're putting it back in, you're gonna add this one back on first. All right? Just trying to break it down simple. You know, there's no way I could have done this last weekend. I was running from some wasps last weekend, and I pulled my calf. I was pretty messed up. I had to take a day off work. I've been limping for over a week, and you know, it's still got a lot of bruising and some issues going on with it. But I am a long way from back at 100%. But there's no way I could have changed this out last weekend. All right, let me get this terminal off. So, I mean, once you loosen that up, you're just going to be able to take it right out of the way, okay? And I know this sounds weird, especially with a weak battery like this, but what I'll do is I'll take something and I'll wrap it around or put it over one of these terminals. That way both of them don't ever accidentally touch something at the same time, okay? I don't like arcing. I don't like sparks. Okay. Now y'all answer me this. You see a little bit of greenish, but on that terminal itself, I don't see anything wrong with it. Same thing with this one. I mean, they look pretty good for an almost 3-year-old battery. So what we're going to do, see how it's sitting down in its tray. we're going to have to basically turn this thing up like this, because you got to get it out from under its ledge. I've done it one time straight down in there, but I don't remember how I did it. Somehow everything worked out perfectly, but normally I have to tilt it up like this and take it out like that. But of course you have to slide it out far enough out from underneath here first. I wish I had somebody that could video me do it. Okay, I forgot. And maybe take the cover off, not loosen it up here. Yeah, that way you can hit the fuses and stuff, right? We'll see. Okay, I'm struggling with this thing, and see why I'm struggling with it, because I didn't take both of them off. So I'm not getting the flex room out of this that I need. Okay, so currently I'm thinking I might be able to pull it straight out. I've got it, the nut's taken off there, so that's got a little bit of play. Okay, I took the cover off of it. Got to be careful not to damage anything there. And I've got this pushed out from underneath the fender. Now I got to be able to get it past these hoses and stuff and pull it straight up. Now, I wish I could video myself do this, but at least you'll know whether I was successful or not. And see, this is the problem you run into. I hit this. I don't like how burnt looking that is on the side anyway. But that's why a cover is great for things, right? I went down to the dealership one time trying to get another one of these because I figured out which one I thought was bad. And they, off the numbers off here, they couldn't give me another one, which I thought that was unusual. High power. I wonder what that has to do with. Both of these say high power. Well, I'm not sure if taking the cover off here is a good suggestion for you. Probably not, because if you damage one of these, that's no good. But like I say, typically in the past I've had to turn it, get it like this, and then I flip it up. But it's been a couple of years, so I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I was able to lift it straight out of there this time. But I may put the cover back on that whenever I go to put it back in, so I don't damage anything again. Okay, so here we have a stupid battery that can't even live up to its warranty. Let's go see if we can get another one. So we got to even swap out. The other one's under warranty. I'm just getting really tired of these. Hey, I love the fact that it's under warranty, but a battery should last more than like 2.5 years. So it was put in at 1022, and here we are at 825. So, I mean, I need a warning or something. I don't want to be caught blindsided. She could have been anywhere, but fortunately my wife was sitting in the carport and the car wouldn't crank. The weird thing is I have that trouble out of the batteries in my Impalas. In my other cars, the truck, the Camaros, I'm able to get like 5 years out of them. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Y'all give me some feedback. What's going on with your batteries? What kind of battery do you get? And how are they holding up? Let me get this thing home. Oh, by the way, we're in the Firehawk today. Fine chat. Alright, let's get home. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have as much stuff out of the way as possible. Your cable for your negative, put it back out of the way. For your positive, put it back out of the way. You've got your screw here that's off. Both of them, of course, because it's not going to move without one of them. I put this back on because I don't want to damage that thing like I almost did earlier, and we'll see if we can get it back in there. All right, pass the phone over. All right. There we go. All right, now see, once you get down to this point, you gotta be able to straighten it up because it's got a trough it's gotta sit down in. And see, the problem here is it's not underneath the edge of the fender. There we go. It's in place. I'm going to put the battery clamp back on it right here. And remember, that was a 1/2-inch socket. And then we'll proceed with putting the battery cables back on. So thanks to the wife for holding the camera and watching me wrestle with that thing. We'll start getting this thing put back together. Okay, so we're going to put this back on. I'm going to put my hand started. You know, put these batteries in these Impalas can be really aggravating. So I used to have to turn it up to 90 degrees. But I kind of just learned if you wrestle with it even more, you can get it straight up. It's just really difficult. Okay. So a lot of times they're going to try and, I know these are wobble extensions. A lot of times they're going to try and sell you wow, how dumb. It was the wrong extension anyway. No wonder I was having trouble. A lot of times they're going to try and sell you some dielectric, or they call it battery grease. It's just dielectric grease. You can buy that stuff in a tube instead of paying for their overpriced little packet of dielectric grease that they give you. I've been using the same, then make sure your battery's secure. I've been using the same little thing of dielectric grease for a really long time. I mean, I think it probably costs about $9, $10, something like that, but better than them hitting you up with $1 or $2 every time you buy a battery or buy spark plugs or buy a light bulb. You know, same stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in place. These were 7/16. Okay, what's next? We got the battery hold down on. We got these on. We'll go ahead and put this negative terminal on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put me some dielectric grease on it. Okay? So I squared a little bit of dielectric grease on there, and I'm going to rub it around on there. It's funny how these are different sizes sometimes it seems like. What you can do here is just kind of take this thing, wiggle around on it. I got it down on there good. So loosen this up just enough that I can put this thing. I'm just being nitpicky. There we go, good and tight. Now, let's do the next one. Pull this off here. And we're gonna put some dielectric grease on there. Rub it around. You know what? I just realized I did this different than I told you to do it. I told you to take the negative off first, then take the positive off. Then put the positive on first when you're putting it back in, then put the negative on. I just realized I did that opposite. Well, this one had a cap on it. I mean, it was safe. Now, whenever I went to put it on there, I did hear a little bit. So, this battery's hot. Let's get this thing tightened down. This clamp is a little bit different than the other one. Have to lose the dielectric grease. And put this on here. Cover this up. Getting any sparking. Okay, so what do we have? We got this back on. We got this on. Clamps on. Those are on. So one more thing to put on. Okay. We'll put the cap back on the dielectric grease, move wrenches and stuff. Before I put this on, y'all wanna see what a new battery checks with a voltmeter? Let's look at it. Okay, so here we are. We got that one on there like this. We're on 00 and 12.57. I'd say that's a good bit better than the other one, right? About to try it out. Let's get this bracket back on here. Okay, remember these are 1/2 inch also. The longer one went here, the shorter one's here. Okay, y'all. Well, that's it. I gotta go get the keys. And let's see if it cranks. Okay, y'all. Here's the decider. What if it's not the battery? I mean, I checked that battery when my wife first tried it and she didn't get anything. And I got like a little over 12. Then I tried to crank it a couple of times. And then it came down to like, what was it, 10.47 or something? Let's give it a try. Cross fingers. What? Well, I don't know what to say about that. That stinks. I don't know. Well, the guy at AutoZone didn't check the battery, did he? It did check like 10.5, but after I had tried cranking on it a couple times. Well, at least I got a video on how to how to change the battery out. But that wasn't the problem. I guess I got some thinking to do. All right. Well, you know, when I was in that relay box, one of those relays looked really dark. I have no idea what that relay goes to. I'm going to take the cover off of the relays and look into it and see what that goes to. And you know what the crazy thing is? I have another Impala that I can swap relays with. So we'll see what happens there. Hey, and if I don't come back to this video, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Thank y'all for watching this video. And this did not go as I planned. But anyway, that was how to change a battery out and how to not get the car to crank. Later, maybe to be continued, maybe not.